Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've missed that. I've missed that so much. I hope that you're doing good. Let's just take a little moment to just, let go of the energy of the day, let go of the energy of the weeks, let go of the energy of the whatever you need to let go of, and just take that little time to ask yourself how you feel. If you need something, maybe drinking something, maybe messaging yourself, I don't know, whatever you need. I don't know for you, but life have been teaching me a lot. 2 weeks ago, I wanted to do that video. And as I was trying to make that video, I noticed that I was doing exactly what I was telling y'all to not do. We are reflecting each other, and I think it's beautiful because it allows me to remember that I'm not here to teach y'all anything. I'm here to share something. I'm here to share my own experience and the lesson that I learned from my own experience, and and see who resonates with it and who it can help. But I'm not here to teach. So it was really humbling and necessary, really necessary and freeing. So I can say that right now I feel much more freer because I feel better. I had that idea of how I wanted 2023 to look like, and because of that, there were certain things that I was like, no, I'm not gonna allow this to touch me. I'm not gonna allow this to move me because 2023, I'm that girl. And it's like, okay, you are that girl, but there is still lesson you need to learn, so you're gonna let this thing touch you. And I was stubborn, because I am. But I was stubborn. I was thinking that I'm gonna share my story, share my experience, and maybe it will resonate with you and serve as an example of what not to do. I think that when you are on that path of building yourself, the best way to learn about yourself is actually by observing nature. Nature teaches us. It teaches us how to be. And if we look at how we are living life, I think that we are really different from nature, because right now it's winter, but we had like 2023, the new year, and everyone was like, oh, new year, new resolution, I'm gonna do that and that and that. And most of the time it put us in a state where we are rushing into our goals and rushing into the things that we believe are meant for us. And as I was taking a walk today, I was observing nature, and I heard the phrase that was like, season never rushed. Winter have its space, spring have its space, summer have its space, etc., etc. But we are rushing all the time, wondering why life is not working the way we want it to work, wondering why we are not receiving the blessing that we want to receive, wondering why things are so heavy and uncomfortable, and why we are feeling the way we are feeling. We wonder why we feel the way we feel when we are so unaligned with the way nature works. And as I was rushing, I understand how I was unaligned with myself and unaligned with what is meant for me. Like 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to do that video. I was supposed to film that video because I was certain that it was the right moment to talk about it. It wasn't the right moment to talk about it because I was myself rushing into the idea that I know how my 2023 gonna looks like, and therefore I'm not gonna allow certain things to touch me. Bad decision, Megan. Bad decision. If something touch you, let it touch you, so you can move on for real. Anyway, before real, like if something touch you, just let it touch you. I don't believe that rushing is a natural thing that we do. I think that it's a part of how the society looks like and the pressure that we feel of having to achieve things and being someone, and just living that goals life. And because of that, we are rushing. Naturally, I believe that people will just do what they want to do, take it Take it slow. And if they want to run, it's because it's meant for them to run, not because they feel the pressure to run. But in today's society, I will confidently say that people are rushing not because they want to, but because they are in fear of not achieving the thing that they want to achieve. You know, when you build a house, you cannot just start with the roof. You know, you have to start from the ground. There was rules that you need to follow for your house to be stable, for your house to feel safe, for your house to make sense. When you are in the process of growth, I think that it's the same thing. You cannot just like do whatever you want to do when you want to do. You have to respect the fact that there is a time and moment and space for everything, because we don't allow ourselves to feel that moment, allow ourselves to feel the disappointment, allow ourselves to feel that things are going slow and we don't know why. We feel tired and we don't know why. We feel sad and we don't know why. We rather just rush into something than just accept the fact that we don't have any answers to the question that we have. Those 2 weeks have been a real like slow down process into observing what and how rushing impact us, and not just like knowing that rushing is not what you're supposed to do, but understanding the deeper meaning behind rushing and how it actually impacts us. So as I was rushing, I was able to observe how it impacted me, and you can hear it already in what I was saying. I was supposed to make that video 2 weeks ago, but because I was rushing, I wasn't able to make that video. So I had to wait to be aligned with it to do it. In just that phrase, we learn so much. In that phrase, we can see that rushing actually slow down your process. We have that idea that rushing is maybe excitement, or rushing is you running after your goals because you're exciting and you want to run after your goals and you want to achieve things, and we romanticize rushing, especially with the hustle culture. We romanticize it. I strongly believe that rushing into things is a lack of trust, a lack of faith, based on fear, and also based on you avoiding facing the thing that you need to face. Because when you rush, there is no time for feeling. When you rush, there is no time for reflection. When you rush, you disconnect yourself from yourself. Because if we look at nature again, you will never see a bee during winter, because the bee just knows that this is not her environment. This is not the moment for her to shine. She will have her moment during summer, but in winter, she's not there. But most of the time, we are not accepting the fact that there is a rhythm to things, there is a season for things, and because of that, we rush into things. If you're like me in this process of building yourself and growing, rushing is actually slowing you down. Rushing is actually the reason you're suffering, you're struggling, and you find yourself meeting the same wall again and again and again and again. One thing that we need to accept is that we cannot run away from the thing we are meant to face to be able to grow. All the time, when you're wanting to manifest certain thing, you are actually calling upon growth. Because to be able to access certain thing, let's say that you want to manifest a life when you feel more at peace. But for you to be at peace, you need to cut certain people out. But for you to cut certain people out, you have to grow and understand that those persons are not meant for you. But for you to come to that conclusion, you have to face certain things to be able to realize that, okay, I am ready to get out of this. I am ready to not be with this person anymore. So life is the thing that you need to go through to be able to grow. When you rush through life because you have an idea of how your manifestation are supposed to come true, or you have an idea of how life is supposed to be or look like, because of that, you slow down your process. Growth resides in you experiencing life, you experiencing the now moment as it is, without trying to change it, without trying to avoid it. Because all that you try to avoid will wait for you the moment you are ready for. But it will wait for you, it will not disappear. And when the pile of things that you want to avoid is heavy, you will feel it and you will not be able to go forward. Because to walk forward, you will have to take care of those things that you have let piled on and on and on. What we need to understand is that we cannot rush the process of growth. And today, this is exactly what everything and everyone is doing. People believe that just by reading a book or three books and doing some yoga and doing that and that and that, they will be able to grow. When, yes, it is a tools to learn, it is a tools to have more understanding about who you are, but the real growth comes from life. The real growth comes from you facing the lessons that comes to you all the time in life, to be able to integrate them. Growth is not just about knowing. Growth is about being able to be what you know, being able to do what you need to do, not just knowing about it. Because if it was just about knowing, I think everyone will be okay. But you cannot bypass growth. When we see growth as that really uncomfortable thing that is bothering us, we don't understand that growth is not separate from us. Growth is not something that is separate from you. You growing is the most natural trait of you. You are meant to grow. You are meant to be who you want to be. You are meant to evolve and discover things and to experience things and experience life. So when we want to pick what we want to experience, like, oh, I want to experience the good things, but the bad thing, I rather not. Then we don't allow life to flow as it should. We don't allow life to reveal itself to us, because we are in control of what we believe is good and what we believe is bad, when we don't really know what is good and what is bad unless we experience it. When we have that judgment about the discomfort of life, so we label it as something that we don't want to experience, we label it as something that we fear, we label it as something that will take us away from having fun, when actually that thing that we avoid is exactly what we need to experience to be able to do the thing that we want to do. When we rush in life, it shows that we are scared. We don't run away towards our goals. We run away from the discomfort that we feel. We run away from the pain that we feel. We run away from the thing that we face that we don't want to face. We run away from the thing that actually can make us grow. And when we run away from growth, we run away from ourselves. So that thing, life that you want to manifest, resides in you facing the thing that you're running away. So when you try to pick what is meant for you to experience or what is not meant for you to experience, the thing is that you cannot pick what experience are meant to be experienced and what experience are not meant to be experienced. From your human perspective, you cannot see the higher perspective. You cannot see what is planned in the thing that comes towards you. But what you can do is be aligned with yourself. And the only way to truly be aligned with yourself is by slowing down and actually experiencing what you feel here and now. And maybe what you feel here and now is anxiety. Maybe when you slow down, you feel anxious. Maybe when you slow down, you feel angry. Maybe when you slow down, you feel like you cannot sit down and you have to do something and you have to be on your phone. That's exactly what you need to experience. Slowing down doesn't mean slowing down and makes yourself feel like you are at peace when actually you're not. Slowing down means facing where you are right now and allowing this now moment to teach you so you can fully grow into the person you're meant to be, so you can fully do the thing that you truly want to do. A life that is fulfilling is a life where you are aligned with what you truly feel. You cannot have a happy life if when you slow down, the only thing that you feel is anxiety. You cannot. You have to face that anxiety. You have to face that feeling that you feel that you don't really want to feel. Because there is a message in it. There is a message in it. And we have this bad habit of jumping into conclusion of what the message is behind what we feel without even feeling what we feel. And that takes us away from growing. And I repeat that again, growing is only you experiencing life as it is and receiving the lessons that comes towards you and allowing it to build you into who you truly are. So when you rush into life, it creates the illusion that you are the one that controls things. It creates the illusion that you have it all figured out. But it's all an illusion. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to have that house? Do I want to build that house? Or am I okay with an illusionary house? Because that's what you're gonna get if you don't really allow yourself to grow. If you create a false idea of growth by just reading books and having all of this knowledge that is not truly integrate in the way you live life. If you want that life where you're really experiencing things and really embracing your life from the roots of you, not just from your mind or just because it looks good, but you really love it, you have to accept the fact that you cannot bypass growth. You cannot rush into growth. There is a season for every aspect of life. There is a season for every moment of life. And you're gonna have to learn to embrace and accept those seasons. Because if you don't, you will face more suffering. Let's say I have a meeting at 8 p.m. but I'd come 4 hours earlier and I haven't prepared myself, but I'm there. I'm there ready. Even if I go to the meeting and I'm there earlier, if I haven't the things that are necessary for me to have to be able to present myself in a good way, it doesn't matter that I'm here if I'm not ready. And that's exactly the same time with life. If you rush into things without actually learning what you need to learn, you might feel like you are there in the right moment, but you're not even ready. So my message is that when you rush, you actually are slowing down your process. And the best thing you can do is to learn to slow down, is to learn to actually face the thing that you don't want to face for your own good, for allowing you to actually go at a rate that doesn't drain you, that doesn't makes you feel like you're going in cycle again and again and you just are repeating the same thing again and again and you don't understand why the same lessons are coming towards you again and again. When you learn to slow down, to feel what you need to feel, to face what you need to face, to let go of what you need to let go in the time that is ready to be letting go of, you simply reconnect yourself, with your own rhythm, not the rhythm that people want to project into you. Oh, you should be done with this. You should know that. You should do that. You should. You disconnect yourself from the should and reconnect yourself from the who am I? What should I do from my own perspective, from my own capacity, from my own experience? Is that a time right now to slow down? Or is that a time for me to put action? Is that a time for me to feel into my emotion? Or is it a time for me to, I don't know, dance it out, shake your ass? I don't know. Only you know. By just living a life that society is trying to project into you of what you should have done by the year of this, you constantly disconnect yourself from yourself, and therefore you constantly disconnect yourself from the life you truly want to experience. So slow down. Slow down and feel what you're feeling right now. Dare to face what you're feeling here and now. Dare to face the discomfort of life. Dare to face how things are heavy and you're tired, and dare to face it. There is no you need to, there is no you should, there is just you matter. And you deserve to slow down. No matter how scary it can be for you to slow down, or how much discomfort you face, and how much assumption you have about the discomfort that you face, you need to understand that this discomfort will not run away, it will not disappear. And therefore, by facing it, you give yourself the favor of actually really being able to experience the thing that you want to experience. They will not either run away from you. Nothing will run away from you. You are the beginning of it all. Everything starts with you. But nothing can truly start. Nothing that holds can truly start if you don't clean yourself from the thing that you need to face in this now moment. I will do a short video where I will talk about how you can recognize that you are going too fast and small things that you can do to actually slow yourself down, depending on what type of situation you're living and where you are in life. So yeah, that was the message for today. Take time to slow down. Accept the fact that there is no way to escape life. This sounded really bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, you can't escape. You can't escape. I learned my lesson, You cannot control how your year will look like. You can have an opinion. It doesn't mean that it will happen that way. But you can have an opinion and share what you want, and it will happen in the right moment, not in your moment, That was the lesson. Thank you for looking at the video. I really hope that it will push you into slowing down, and really being more compassionate towards yourself. I know that it is hard because maybe you're thinking, but I cannot slow down, I have this and this and this to do. And sometimes we don't feel like we have the time to slow down. But remember that slowing down can just be 1 minute, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Just making space for you to have time to slow down just a little bit. And if possible, a lot. Because we deserve rest. You deserve rest, okay? So I believe in you and I send you kisses and love.